I once heard that Korea has more coffee shops per person than almost any other country in the world. And that checks out. Stroll down any road in any town or city here for 5 minutes or so, and you're bound to walk past a handful of coffee shops, each with its own distinctive look, branding, and signature drink. This got me thinking, why are coffee shops so popular here? And what makes a good coffee shop? Koreans are social people. It's funny, when I tell my Korean friends that, they're like, what are you on about? But compared to my own country, the UK, Koreans rarely turn down the chance to hang out with friends. At any time of day or night, you can see Koreans eating and drinking together. And the fact that there are so many coffee shops here probably speaks to how social Korean people are. Then there's the high-pressure lifestyle. When you're busy working or studying all day, pulling all-nighters to make deadlines and whatever, you're bound to need an extra dose of caffeine to get through the day. You might also need to de-stress after a tough, long day, and shooting the breeze over a coffee with a close friend is probably a good way to do that. So what makes a good coffee shop? Thinking about the places I tend to like, they all have a few things in common. For a start, they're all spacious with big windows letting in a lot of natural light during the day. I always grab a seat by the window if I can. That way I can do some people watching and kind of just watch the world go by. Secondly, you want a place with a bit of character to it. Somewhere that isn't just a carbon copy of everywhere else. You also want a place with a bit of an atmosphere. You want to find that balance between somewhere that's quiet enough where you can hear yourself think, and loud enough where it feels like something is happening. And to be fair, most coffee shops have this down to a T. And in a video about coffee shops, I guess I should probably mention coffee. To be honest, I'm not a big coffee guy. I mean, I'll sometimes grab a quick latte in the morning if I'm feeling a bit rough after a bad night's sleep, but generally speaking, coffee doesn't really do it for me. Like most Brits, I have a sweet tooth, so I tend to go for a smoothie or some kind of chocolate drink. And that brings us to one of my favourite coffee shops, Pumpkin Coffee in Daejeon. I spend a lot of my downtime here. You could say it's my home from home. And their choco latte is to die for. Chocolate, smooth as velvet, topped with a ton of whipped cream and drizzled with chocolate sauce. What's not to like? It might be a bit much for some people, but for me, after a long day's work, it's just what the doctor ordered. So if you're like me, and you like to unwind without just being stuck at home all day, call a friend and stroll on down to a nearby coffee shop. And the next week, do the same. And maybe, in time, you'll make it your home from home. Thanks for watching.